Hi, peace, family, and may the God and Creator of all bless you with happiness, health, prosperity, and wealth. I am coming at us today with just a thought that comes across my mind when I think about Donald Trump being totally out of control. He's like a wild rabbit dog that is just going at anything that it feels it can devour. He's already talking about harassing Cuba. He hasn't even finished with Venezuela. He started a great war over when I say great, I mean horrific war over in Iran, as we all been hearing about. And that's really him hitting a hornet's nest. He did not have in mind that these people are going to war. They're not playing war like he thinks in his brain, something that he's probably watched in a lot of movies. War is real, and now they being Iran is attacking any countries that is surrounding that area that may give some support to America, and that just blew Donald Trump and his whole administration brain that they're not playing with war. They are really out to win, and their military power is very inferior to ours, but their mental tactics are at the highest. Okay, so anyway, what I see is Donald Trump wants to conquer the world for and when I say conquer the world, especially countries and lands that is populated by melanated people. And this is his endeavor to conquer the world, so to speak, in his brain for white supremacy. Because what we do know is he is a racist and that he does things to improve things for white supremacy, so-called white supremacy. However, that is still just a smokescreen to keep the poor and those that are indoctrinated into white supremacy believing that it's really about color. It's really about rich and poor. A lot of us has woken up to this fact. However, there are still some who can't get their brain around that and really believe that this is about the color lines. Poor whites need to get on board with everybody else that's poor. Or I'm not saying poor. What I mean by poor is those of us who are not living above $1 million and are, living from check to check, or definitely having to check our bank accounts every time we want to go and purchase a house or purchase a car or even go on a family trip. He says that he's making moves by checking his gut. He goes by his gut. That's his instinct, where to go and to cause war or to make his decisions. Well, people, as we know, it's been already documented that his primary meals are McDonald's. So in his gut is a whole lot of, you know, contaminated and just rotten McDonald's food, and he's going off of those thoughts. And we could tell by the mess that he's creating on the planet. And I still say that the Supreme Court, I hold accountable for a lot of what he's doing, because they should have shut down this here king mentality that they've given him, and have fed him and have supported his own ideals and the whole MAGA movement by giving him a clean slate to do whatever he wants to do without any type of repercussions or penalties, to him personally, and the thing about it, I don't hear the news media ever mentioning, because we all ask the question, why does his followers stay, in his administration are so gung-ho with being with him? They call it a cult. And I really believe in some ways it is a cult. However, it goes deeper than that, dear. Money will make you become a cult member. When he's asking for $200 billion, like what he's just asked for, to continue with the war in Iran that had nothing to do with us. And let me remind you that the people of Israel are not the true Israelites. The true Israelites, again, look like me or darker. These are the ones from the Bible. The ones that are there are the ones, again, I will repeat, they hijacked the religion. They converted it. They pushed out the original people of Israel. And then they took on this disguise as being God's chosen people. And today, America is the second coming of the Roman Empire, wanting to conquer the world or whatever. And, America's doing exactly what they did back then when they crucified Yeshua, Christ. It was the fake Jews and the Americans together, the Romans together, persecuting a man of color. Now there's a people of color. Now, our inflation is off the board right now. We haven't even seen the middle of it yet. It's going to get worse as these wars goes on. He wants to start a war with Cuba, or he wants to take over Cuba. He wanted to take over Denmark. All of this here is to have have America in a strategic place to conquer the rest of the world. Their biggest fear is China and Russia. However, Russia is helping out with Iran. But the thing that we have to keep in mind is this man is out of control. Someone or some people, we together have to snuff this problem out the best way that we can. Either vote him out, do what we did before, which was impeach him. What was it, twice? You know what I'm saying? But this time we have to follow through, and we cannot stop with the no king pushback, because he really believes that if we do so many marches, that the people will become so exhausted and feel as though it's not doing any good, because his agenda is steady moving forward, that we will give up at some point. And that is exactly what you don't want to do. When you're in a fight, you have to pace yourself, but you have to keep your best strength, for at the end of the ring, at the end of the round, you put in all that you got. And we have not gotten there yet, but we still have to stay in the fight momentarily. Again, I would say, like I've said it before, and maybe some people may see it the same way. I see this man as the Antichrist. And everything that is evident in the media and what we could see with our own eyes, we are living in a time of where in the Bible and maybe in other books as well, they mentioned that, the enemy, Satan, will be given a time on the planet to do his will, to do what he wants to do. At an extreme level, and we are seeing that. This man he's not just destroying America. He's not just trying to destroy the people of all color, whether you're white through black and everything in between. He's also destroying the entire planet. From his tariffs alone, we are at a place where the whole world is being impacted by one man. And that's a damn shame that we as Americans, but as a planet, could let one man continue to go on with no penalties, no repercussion, and no one to shut it down. You understand? We are to blame if we continue to let this man continue to go on in his Antichrist role, I guess, because a lot of the people that's in that MAGA movement are what you would call white supremacists. And if you know anything about white supremacists, they call themselves Christians, but they burn the cross and they also show it in an upside down position. So for some of you that are with esoteric understandings, keep that in mind also. We're living what we think that it is too wild to think. We are actually living in it right now. So you better get with it and come up with whatever kind of way. We have to work together. Come up with the way, whatever we need to do to stop this man and his whole administration. Other than that, keep your head up. Know that God is in control, but he gives us power to do what we can do. So we need to do what we can do. Peace and love, respect.